Hello there. Hello there.
Welcome to the realm where shadows snicker, where punchlines bite and chills grow thicker. A dad joke lingers like a ghostly groan. In this haunted house, you'll never
I am League of Shadow.
laugh at the fear, grin at the gloom, dance with the spirits in this room. Grubbin' Dad's here, so come take my hand. Together we smile, together we joke. Be a grubbin'.
Welcome in, Lady of Elephants. Congratulations on second. How are you doing?
Hello there.
Queen Gafe. Hello. Congratulations on third. Remember, see, I always appreciate the lurk. I know you're live right now.
Long gone. A demon chuckles, the banshee screams her song.
You gonna lurk and clean stuff up? I appreciate the lurk.
When the jokes come through,
Rob, you are doing a great job.
Thank you. I do try.
always last.
And let me tell you, this morning was it was a morning. It was an interesting morning for sure. We got 19 seconds of ads left, and then I'll jump into my story while I load the rest of the stuff up.
Friend. My friend. Knock, knock, who's there? A ghost with flair, but his punchline's weak, we don't even care. Monsters and mayhem, they're all just a game with
I gotta say, this song did come out well.
same.
And transition!
Creeping through the dark, no
There we go. I really got to add like a couple second delay between songs there so I can get the transition right. Hello, everybody. How you doing? How you doing this frigid? Actually, it's pretty sunny out. I can see blue skies. Yeah, I see blue skies out there, everybody. You know what? It's not snowing today. It's awesome. It is really sunny out. Blue skies. Ooh, you know, the light, you can hear right there. You can actually see like my original beard color. See the orange and or the red and the brown mix in there, and then wow, that I just realized looking on my camera here how white my beard hair is getting. There are blue skies, Crusader. We have blue skies. Yes. How vain. Yes. Hello. I'm so pretty, so witty, so fine. How you doing, my friends? All right. So today is the Other Side Thursday, TOS Thursday. So we are going to play some of the Other Side. If you have the Other Side, you are welcome to hop in and join me. I'm going to be doing my 18 Spirits of Victoria challenge, which is I will have a command for it eventually because, well, let's get to the fun of this morning. Let's get serious for a second here. Hello, fellow streamers, friends. If you are living under the authoritarian state that is Microsoft Windows, be aware that currently Windows is rolling out a feature called Smart application control. What this means that is, if an application is not digitally signed using a certificate from from Microsoft themselves, which range in price from I think $130 US to $700 plus per year, the application will no longer run on your Windows OS unless you turn off Smart Application Control. Blood, hello! How you doing? Lady of the hospitals just got hospitalized due to a peekaboo incident. They put me in the ICU.
Hello there.
I love it. Perfect. Thank you for the bits. I got to come up with some interesting, things for the various bits there, which I'm open to suggestions. I do have a suggestion box in my Discord. If you have a suggestion for, like a 1-bit, 10-bit, whatnot bit, please post it in there. Do remember, I do try to keep things, PG-13, family friendly, right? Well, okay, your timing was a little off, but hey, you know what? We're good. Request, can you explain the Firebot thing as if I was 7? Are my shoutouts and commands and timers not going to work after a week of coding to fix them? All right, you're talking about the Firebot thing that I posted in my Discord? If so, yeah, okay. So yeah, I was actually getting to that there. Do you know what the duck says every time they order a drink? Put it on my bill. I gotta put the drums on my hotkeys on my Steam Deck here. All right, so Firebot currently does not, and StreamerBot as well, currently do not have signed DLLs in their system. A DLL is a directory link library. It's essentially a resource file for an application to be able to go in and go, all right, I need access to a bunch of commands and so forth. They're part of the application. Think of them as like the arms and legs and limbs of it, right? Whereas the application itself is the brain. The DLLs are all the limbs that or the memories or whatever, however you want to look at it. These need to be digitally signed. You can see if an application is signed by going into a directory for an application. You can hit Alt-Enter and go to Properties and then look at the, see if it is signed in there. Windows is rolling out a new feature. It is currently only available on fresh Windows 11 installs, which I so happen to have because I reinstalled my computer to fix some issues and free up some hard drive space. But they are in the process of rolling it out slowly in an evaluation stage. And then I expect sometime in the next couple months, they're going to roll it out in a full-on, everybody's going to get this. At its core, smart application control is actually a smart thing. It is, it is actually a good thing. It means that you're not going to be able to accidentally run any program, that may do harm to your computer, because every program will have to have a digital certificate and be digitally signed in order for it to run on Windows. The downside to that is small developers and developers who develop, free, software like Firebot and StreamerBot that, use like Patreon and rely on donations, may not be able to afford the licensing fee, the yearly licensing fee to have their systems. Let me get this right. I'm safe since it came out after I reinstalled Windows PC. You're safe for now. You're safe for now. You can turn it off. Okay, and what I would love to see is them to take some of the feedback and go and add an application exception list to it, so you can add a program to the exception list like you can with your network access, your Windows Firewall, Windows Defender. You can add exceptions for directories not to scan, which is a really good thing to do with your game directories to kind of make them run smoother. You can add exceptions to in a whole bunch of places if you know what you're doing, and being able to add an application like, say, Firebot or OBS, right, and some of its plugins, which are developed by, guys like myself who don't have $170, $700 a year to keep a certificate running. All right, we're going to release a plugin which is a DLL, right?
Hello there.
For OBS, and suddenly it's not going to work because Windows won't let it run, won't let OBS access it. But if they had the ability to have an exception to it, then you could say, yeah, add this as an exception, let me run it anyways. So yeah, this morning I could not run half of my OBS plugins because they're small, they're developed by small indie developers. I couldn't run Firebot at all. I couldn't run StreamerBot at all because Windows was just flat out blocking it. It's been an issue that's been popping up with a bunch of stuff the last couple of days. And the fact that it's taken it 2 weeks for it to realize that, hey, I can't run these things, is a problem. So I went into my Windows settings. You can go, if you open up your Windows button there and you type in Windows Security, it'll bring up your security settings. You know what? Let's do this. So I go to desktop display. All right, let's do that. No, over here, not underneath. So if you go to Windows Security, right, and you can find that by clicking here, right, and doing Windows Security, you click on that, you're in here. You're looking for, then you go to App and Browser Control. Yeah, just so one of your games can run. Smart App Control is where the problem is, right? And then you go into Smart App Control Settings, and then you just turn it off. If, and this means that now Firebot works, StreamerBot works, my transparent overlay works, my plugins for OBS now work, some of my games work because some of them use open source libraries that may not be signed. Yeah, exactly, Quibble. Yeah. So this is where it is, and it's on fresh installs, but they are rolling it out. Eventually, it will be coming to everybody. So if suddenly your stuff doesn't work, then, this is the problem. And there's no way to add an exception to the list here. There's if it's on, it's on. It will not let you do anything. You can't add an exception to say, yes, you know what, I trust Firebot. I want to add, have you let you open up Firebot. I trust Palea. Let's open up Palea. I trust Boom Bears, et cetera, et cetera. So this here is going to be a problem for a lot of people. Hey, thanks for banging me, friend. How you doing? So yeah, this is what I was talking about in my Discord this morning. I've known about it for 2 weeks now. I've been kind of keeping an eye on what was going to happen with my computer, and this morning a bunch of stuff that has been running fine for 2 weeks suddenly was being blocked by this smart app control. It's not very smart. It is not very smart at all. I Google searched the error code and kept getting told to turn that off, so I did and haven't had issues since. But I thought it was a Palea issue. Yeah. So it doesn't tell you that it's it doesn't give you a whole lot of information when you do get the error message. It comes up and says like a little pop up. Do I still have any available? Actually, there we go. Let me go back to my desktop display. So this, if I click over here, right here, this is what you're going to see at 8:30 a.m. this morning. Part of this app has been blocked. Some features of StreamerBot may not work. Okay, I wasn't talking to you, Google. I said Quibble, not Google. So this little message here it gets buried down in here, right? Under the Windows security stuff. Yeah, it couldn't launch, and then there's a small little error code. And actually, it stopped giving error codes. It says, we are just flat out not running. Like, we're flat out just not doing it. Now it comes up with a nice little pop-up, a big pop-up in the middle of the screen that takes full control. And Palia gave you the code. Yeah, because Palia would have gone, hey, I can't run because one of my DLLs is broken. And then give you the error code. Windows now will come out and say, hey, I'm not going to run this if the actual executable is not signed. Or if it's just one of the DLLs, you get this little message here, and then the application itself crashes because it doesn't have all the resources it needs to run. So that's what's going on there. So if you run into that, that's what's happening. The easy fix is just turn it off. I forgot I was live on Discord. Are you in my Discord? No, you're not in my Discord. It's just me in Discord. Tony! How you doing? Okay. So other changes that I made this morning. I was streaming the Kinetic Games update on my... Oh, okay. Yeah, how was that? I did not know that was happening today, but I'll have to catch an update on that at some point. Militia Cat at 70 miles per hour. So, yeah. Other things that I managed to get done. So, I did manage to fix the tarot command. If you have less than 20 sanity now, it should no longer give you an error message. It should no longer lock the command for other people. However, it may not be applying the sanity properly when people come into the chat for the first time. So, looks like you are a little... Okay, current sanity... Hang on a second. There's a bug there. Oh, I know what I did. That's on me. That's an easy fix. I hadn't tested it yet, but thank you, my love. Edit. Conditional effects. Edit that. If user's current sanity is greater than or equal to 20, then yeah, you're insane. No, you didn't break. I will break everything. Yeah, that's fair. It should be if the current sanity is less than 20. I got my greater than and less than signs mixed up. That's like, oh, okay. So I used to be a software developer for a large educational software development, a company that wrote educational software to platforms. One of the largest ones in North America at the moment, because it has literally been eating its competitors. And largely in part because of stuff that I wrote for them, that they are able to convert their competitors' course packages into theirs directly with a 99% accuracy rate. But one of the projects I was working on, there was a weird bug in it that I couldn't figure out. The developers that I was working, it was an integration between our software, a third party, and I ended up getting on like daily calls with one of their lead developers as we were working back and forth to try to figure out why the APIs weren't talking to each other. And in doing so, we ended up reinforcing a bunch of APIs on their side and our side to make things better. And then one day I'm sitting down and I'm like this, okay, I can't figure this out here. You know what? I'm going to take a break. I'm going to stand up. I'm going to go grab a drink. And as I stood up, I was looking at this. I'm going to type it in chat here. It was a variable misname that it should have been that. It was 2 letters that took 3 weeks and 6 developers to figure out why this wasn't working. It was a typo. I was missing the UE on Q in 1 line out of, I think, 10,000 lines. And the compiler wasn't complaining because it was a valid reference. So yeah, me mixing up these, that's nothing. At least we got it this morning, right? Well, that was fun. I was working with a Tasmanian educational firm, and I was like in the office at 7 in the morning, sitting down to have meetings with them while they were sitting down to have dinner. So, like, on their side, they're eating dinner. I'm eating breakfast. They have beer. I have orange juice. But typos happen, right? Tarot deck is now working. So things I fixed with the tarot deck now is if you have less than 20 sanity, you can't draw a card, which was throwing that error message we were getting yesterday. I had that fixed previously. I just re-implemented the fix. But I also decided that I would throw in the fact that you can no longer lock the tarot deck by trying to draw a tarot card using exclamation tarot when you have no sanity or the ghost got you. So, like, for example, if Militia Cat Hat didn't have enough sanity and she tried to draw the tarot deck, somebody else could still draw it because the cooldown will get automatically reset if somebody does not meet the conditions to successfully pull a card. All right. With all that said, hi. All right, let's jump into the other side here. If anybody would like to join me for some games, you are more than welcome to do so. You know what? I think... Where do I put chat up here? I think I'm going to put chat there today. Alright, so we got the other side. That's all looking fine. Got my controls all right. How are the sounds? Southern Vixen, hello! Welcome in first time. How you doing? Okay, sounds seem to be fine. Perfect, okay. Let's create a lobby here. Multiplayer, create. I'm gonna make it private today, but I will put the code in Discord, or not Discord, in chat for anybody who would like to hop in and join me. I'm doing good. I had a confusing confusing moment this morning where Windows decided to be Windows, but we ended up getting that sorted out. We learned that Windows does not like... No, just close that. Windows is rolling out a new feature, and that new feature is going to cause a lot of problems for a lot of people, and smart application control is going to be a problem for a lot of people, and it's already starting to become a problem for a lot of people, like Quibble and myself. Alright, I can customize my follower. Give me 1 second here. I'm going to go with this one here. And you know what, do that. There we go. Now let's turn the volume down. Yeah. So there's the code. If you want to hop in and join me for some games of the other side, you are more than welcome to do so. I'm going to restock my truck, and then we're going to continue on with our 18 Spirits of Victoria challenge, which... Do I still have the overlay for that? There we go. There we are. So that is what we currently have gotten so far from Victoria. We are missing the Banshee, the Tantalus, and the Wee Wee Gombel. These have all been zero evidence. For me, other people can use their evidence tools if they want. These have all been zero evidence identifies of the ghost. I have to survive in order to you'll also have to get the perfect game for them. But oh, we have that new thermometer, by the way. I'll have to show everybody that in a minute. It's an interesting little toy. So my rules for it is I must get at least one of every spirit type for Victoria on the Plantation Manor. Foggy did a recent challenge like this here where she just went, I want one of every spirit. I am doing one of every spirit for every ghost, every location, which is going to take a little bit longer. But I've been working on this now for 3 months now. I need candles. Miscellaneous. So I've been working on this now for 3 months. Not consistently, mind you, but for the most part, it's been a 3-month endeavor to get all 18 spirits for Victoria. So, okay, yeah, that's right. My chat is up there, which means I can't see stuff, and camera's over there. Give me 1 second. I gotta fix my chat location. I forgot to set this last night. Settings. We don't want dark. We want... Is this the right one? Yeah, that's the right one. There we go. Now we can lock it back in place. Alright, it is a large map. I'm going to grab a thermometer just to find the room, because trying to find it with the FLX pod alone would be a little crazy. Need that. I'm going to grab those just in case. And I think that's everything I need. You know what? I'm going to take my emotional support EMF reader. Hello, Biddy. How you doing? Oh, tab. Mobile base vehicle. They added a new vehicle. They added the camper. So let's change the camper. Customization. We gotta fix the color on that because that is a horrible. There we go. You know what? This location just does not do the camper justice. Thinking about getting this game. Glad to see some gameplay. Yeah, Vix, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. I do want to say this. So I get asked a lot, is this like Phasmophobia? And I'm going to say this right now. It is in the same genre as Phasmophobia. Just like Hytale is in the same genre as Minecraft. Those are both voxel games where you build with blocks, square blocks, and so forth. The other side is in the same genre as Phasmophobia. They do have a bit of a bit where there is some relation between them. They both have a ghost identify mechanic in it. They have a ghost that'll hunt you. They have ghost traits. Each ghost has its own, has a unique set of traits, but that's where I'm going to say the comparison ends, because that's the same thing as saying, you know, Phasmophobia, Abnormality, the other side, any of the ghost identify games that are out there, Ghost Exiles, Death Watchers, Ghost Watchers, they all have, you know, that they're all in that same genre, right? So it's all in the same umbrella there. The other side is a very different game. It plays very differently than Phasmophobia. For one, you're dealing with a haunted house, not a haunted room. So, you know, that's one of the big differences. The ghosts are all based off of real ghosts that are out in the world. When I hop into the contract, I'll actually pull out the thing. Gives me this nice little warning that I'm missing a bunch of equipment, which is great. I said, but this is what they went over, honestly. Because they're doing a new map, Tangle and Willow rework, a surprise event coming. Okay. I'll have to check. I'll have to check it out a bit. So, first, the other thing is you can have up to 6 players now in your lobby, so you can play with you and 5 of your other friends. So if I go to my phone and I go to identifier, for example, the Wee Wee Gone Bell has a fantastically funny name. It's a wee wee, right? And then we got the Teriyasuk, which everyone calls the teriyaki, right? The Tantalus, which occasionally gets called the tarantula, right? Each of these ghosts has lore in them rooted in real mythology. The Wee Wee Gone Bell is I believe it was an Indonesian spirit. I'll have to double check that. Wee Wee Gone Bell is Indonesian, Javanese, Indonesian, Southeast Asian supernatural spirit. I'm doing good, Paco. How you doing? Can we get a shout out for game hauntings as well, please? I've got to fix my shout outs too. And one for blood if yeah, blood. I always have the green. This is the pickle wagon. It's always the green, and will always have that green tint to it, unless something changes. Helena, how you doing? Yes, I fixed the issue. I turned off smart application control. I just flat out turned it off. Date, hello. Edigs, hello. How are you? look at all the shoutouts happening. I forgot to load stuff up here. You know what? Let's do this here. Bingo. We were playing the other side. We can play some bingo today. Let's create a Twitch that there. Let's do other side identify, and let's do that, and create a game. All right, bingo's open. You get your bingo cards. They are free. I am going to check off stuff because I've already forgotten to do things. Generic, we did changes to the pickle wagon, HQ there. Definitely forgot my lighter, forgot my meds, I forgot that. Oh man, look at me, I forgot to restock the entire truck. And we are playing on the plantation, and since we're doing the 18 Spirits of Victoria, we're just going to check off all the other maps at the moment. I had a drink. We had facts. There was dad jokes. I mispronounced someone's name. We did story time. I'm going to check out technical difficulties because they totally had it. And yeah, why not? I chased some squirrels today. All right. Oh yeah, no. Game huntings, you're welcome. You are welcome. You deserve it. I mean, you're a fantastic streamer. I mean, I love hanging out in your streams and watching your stuff. Thank you very much. Okay. You know what? We're going to select our Wee Wee Gone Bell. I got to go load the truck. I may have... Oh, I did load the truck.
Stay a while and listen.
And then I changed the truck. Welcome to the Grubbin family. We do have anonymous follows enabled. We'll never call you out if you want to stay a while and listen. However, you are more than welcome to hop in chat and say hello. It is super effective. Chat is moving fast this morning. Hello, Monkey Man. How are you doing? Diablo, love it. Yes. Yeah, Deckard Cain is fantastic. I have absolutely loved Deckard Cain since I was a small boy. Actually, Diablo was one of my was the very first game I played online. Back when we had dial-up internet. Get all that there and my thermometer. Okay, so my emotional support EMF. To the pickle wagon. So yeah, when I first started playing video games online, we had dial-up. We had a 56K baud modem that my dad had a dedicated phone line for, and it was always connected. I learned my first bit of home networking using coaxial cabling and hub switching at the time. Yeah, me as well. And so what we did was we actually networked our two computers so that they could communicate at the same time to the modem. So you had my computer and my dad's computer connected via a coaxial network cable, which is essentially just a single copper wire that's screwed into a port on the back of a network card that we put into our computers before we had PCIe slots, etc. And actually, I need 2 of these because hunts are important. And what we did was he had the modem constantly connected. It would reset every 6 hours. Like, it would disconnect and reconnect every 6 hours. And I played Diablo for the very first time on a network like that. And I met one of my best friends who I had been friends with since I was 15, 16. And every so often we still get together and play games. We have kind of... Our lives have gone different directions, but we still do chat every once in a while to pop in and say hi. And when we do, it's, it's one of those friends, right, where, you guys, you could be separated, not see each other for several months, and then you get in the same room, and it's like no time has passed at all. And no Slagathor, welcome in! And they had cable TV. I literally paid for internet and cable TV bundles, so they... That is very kind of you, Slag. Okay, so we have a potential for the library as our ghost room. Not in there. Alright, well, not a time for this. Slam the door in my face. They're still here, but I have to lurk and get back to work. I appreciate the lurk, blood. I do. And say hello to the familia for me. Alright, so a Tantalus cannot slam doors. I like to refer to them as the gentleman ghost. Whether we're dealing with a female model or not, they are the gentleman ghost. They will never slam a door in your face. Oh, so rudely. Want me bath time? No. You couldn't play games and someone even breathed on the dial-up. Like, oh, yeah. I remember times when... Actually, does that always open inwards? Yeah, it does. I remember times where my mother would be like, you know what? I need their attention. And she had a phone connected to the, like our modem's phone line. And if she wanted our attention, like wanted us to come upstairs, she would literally pick up the phone, which would cause our internet connection to disconnect. She would just like flat out disconnect us. And yeah, all right. So you're not in there. Where are you, Vicky? Oh. Yeah, I did. I shaved my head. Okay, so you turned on a light. Oh, that's gonna bother me so much. You're not a wee wee gambel, not a Terias Sook, you're not an echo. Those 3 ghosts will not turn on lights. Turned on a radio. You're not a phantom. And you're not a Forgotten? No, wait, Forgottens can do that with radios. He's got a fuzzy skull. Yeah. The girls like to rub my head. Okay, well, you're playing with the piano. Where is your room, Victoria?
Hey, phrasing!
I'll take that phrasing. Okay, I'm going to step outside and let the house settle down because she doesn't know where she is. Hey, to be honest, like, how often have you not done this yourself? Like, just sat there going, sitting there watching TV and just, you rub the back of your head because it's so soft and fuzzy when you first shave it down like this. Like, it's an enjoyable. It is enjoyable. It just, like on your fingers, it feels fun. Not to mention your scalp gets a nice little massage out of it too. 21, 21, 21. You're gonna hunt my butt soon, aren't you, lady? 12. Okay. Let your beard grow up more. So I've been fishing with. Yeah. Doing this here is this. In fact, I like the new shaved head. Feel the wife hates it. I could see some wives not being happy with the way your hair is shaved. Okay, you're 98, so are you a Strigoi? I'm going with an early Strigoi here. Wow, look at that yeet. Well, let's put that there. Let's save our time. So, we can take that side entrance to get around to the truck. Go around like this. Get the Pokemon in chat. Let's throw the Pokeballs out and catch it. Slagathor, have you managed to pick up a copy of the other side yet? Because I know you're looking at it there, and I'm really eager to play some games with you on it. Let's grab the other candle and our lighter. Love that crunch. What do we got here? We haven't had a single manifestation yet. Oh. That's a shadow manifestation.
Hello there.
Hello there. Lights candles. So, ghosts that cannot light candles are the Wee Gambel, the Teriasuk, the Forgotten, the Wraith, the Bahoot, the Banshee. What else we got here? The Echo won't light them, but the Demon. All these ones can light a candle. Edig, hello! Turns off the FLX pod, which would eliminate the Forgotten, the Echo, the Skia, the Phantom, and the Tauntless, which we've already eliminated there. Wow. We got a fun bunch. I think I have all these, don't I? Tauntless, Wee, Banshee. Yeah. Hey, keeping out. It's for sale. By the way, if anybody's curious, I don't have like an exceptionally large amount of hours. I got like 500 plus hours of playing the game. I had the entire time of playing the game, I have only ever gotten 5 Banshees. I want to say they are my least common ghost. Okay, you blow out candles. So you're not a Wisp, you're not a Strigoi, you're not a Shura. You are either an Iblis, Polty, or Demon. I'm gonna go with Polty on this one. Alright. That's everything we're gonna get. Is the command not working? Ember 37. Try Ember 37. Let me double check. Yeah, there you go.
Hello there.
I'll add the alias for exclamation Ember for you. Hey, Mom, how you doing? I'm feeling a lot better. Okay, Ghost. Seriously. No. I get it. You're not what we're thinking you are. You're not, you know, thing. We got our cross interaction. Let's go get a picture of that. You're definitely not a demon. You know how I know you're not a demon? I'm still alive. There we go. Oh yeah, you're throwing. You're throwing good. You're a Polty. Foxy, how you doing? Have to run and drop off a car. Drive safely, my friend.
Hello there.
Come on, Vicky, give us a manifestation.
Hello there.
Show us that beautiful smile. Where are you? Manifest. Just, you know, not on top of me, please. Salagi, hello! Chat is really moving today. If I say this every stream, if I miss something in chat, please, you know, feel free to, you know, repeat yourself, or, you know, Militia Cat will do it. She's an Iblis!
Hello there.
Can we clip that, please? Can we get a clip? Can we get a clip? Thank you. So, an Iblis will shapeshift. And unlike other shapeshifting ghosts in other games, when an Iblis on the other side shapeshifts, they change their clothing. So an Iblis, in the case of Victoria, her default appearance is she's wearing a beautiful black wedding gown. Did I get the photo? Nope. I missed the photo because I got so excited. I'm not dead yet. Just turned around and walking down the wrong hallways. Oh, she turned the breaker off. So an Iblis will, when they do the shapeshift, they change their clothing. Victoria starts off in a beautiful black wedding dress. Then she can change into a white wedding dress, and then a black one with red trim. Yeah, you cut the white dress instead of black, and that's why you call it an Iblis on passing through the door. Exactly. Like, when she came from her... She actually hunted from her room, which they can do. Not always. She can literally hunt from anywhere in the house because she's not a doppelganger. As she walked past the door frame, I saw the white wedding dress and immediately knew, yep, Victoria was an Iblis this time. So we're gonna get a photo of the lovely Victoria. I forgot to do that during the hunt because I got excited. Oh, did somebody die? Hi, Fox fan? You are the High Priestess. You know what? I'm gonna step back. We're gonna go to channel rewards, and I think I got these two working properly. This one, sanity restoration, trigger cursed hunt is disabled. Okay, let's enable that one, and let's enable that one. Okay, there we go. I turned on the monkey paw, which I still haven't tested, and I turned on the sanity restoration, which again I also have not fully tested out yet, but we're doing it live, folks. Yeah, I know. You're like right there, Vicky. I don't want to watch TV. There's nothing good on TV right now. It's all static and snow. And trust me, I've had enough of the snow. Foxy like horror and me death. Well, yeah, you pulled a hangman or a death card. I'm working on the hide command. It's gonna be coming back, everybody. So fear not. It's just to re-implement the hide command is a complete rewrite of all the ghost hunt mechanics I have in the Cursed Tarot. And that's just, it's a little bit of work. I first have to build the hide command and then build the functionality for all of that, then change the hunt commands or the hunt actions to check to see if somebody's hiding and change the odds. But it will be coming back, I promise. Vicky, manifest. Manifest? She's not a banshee. She's an iblis. She's a shapeshifter. Vicky. Victoria. Manifest. We want a picture. Photo op. I know, Queen. I know. I still appreciate it. So, last time I played the other side, well, a couple times ago I played the other side. I forget who it was, but I had the spirit box going, and they played the Banshee scream, and I got super excited that it was a Banshee. And then I realized, no, they played the Redeem. And I was like, oh, okay. And then the ghost actually turned out to be a Banshee. Victoria, manifest. Victoria, manifest. Stop giving me shadow events and show me that pretty smile. Victoria, are you there? Victoria. Hello. Gotta do that. Victoria. Are you upstairs? Can we get, we get a bath time photo, maybe? I know you're downstairs in the down there, but maybe manifest up here. Hello, Victoria. Great. Now I gotta go hunt her. That's locked. Did you see how she shapeshifted? Her clothes changed from the black to the white? That is a clear indication that she is an Iblis. Only an Iblis will change their clothing like that. And they do it, I think, once every 7 blinks, if I recall correctly. I mean, obviously she missed me because she's taking her sweet time, between hunts. The normal hunt cooldown is 60 seconds. And, we were standing around for, what, 12 years waiting for her to finish hunting, to start a hunt? Yeah, she's done. We can leave. We have an Iblis. To the pickle wagon! Make sure I got that circled. Alright, yep. Perfect. And while that's loading up, let's go here and update my counter. Iblis. We have 3. Ah, ah, ah. Really? Oh yeah, first floor bathroom. Yep, that makes sense. We were in there for 20 minutes. She only hunted twice. Wow, she spent actually a good amount of time in her favorite room this time. Normally they spend less than that. And photos. We got nothing. Kind of rough, shadowy photo, and there's our cross. Cool. To the bingo. I'm surprised because that was awesome. We had no real events. Lights a candle, blows out a candle, no light breaks, no galleries. I got a gammed on a photo with a shadow walk. We aren't going to get photos of UV or writing, so I'll call those. We aren't going to get any of the evidence. I'll call all that. Zero evidence bingo runs are really easy for everybody. I call a lot of stuff. We got the photo of the ghost. We had an Iblis. And why aren't you called? We did have a new Grubbin join. I have to fix that. It's clearly not auto-detecting. Full gallery event. Light break. Boo, dress me up. I did successfully hide from the ghost. I sprayed the ghost. I did not die that time. I think that's everything. Yep. Looks like it's everything. Alright, check your bingo cards. There we go. Yeah. Actually, I do have the RV. And hello, corrupt mind. Yeah, see, there's the RV. Let's change our base, because that one. Let's go here. This one's got better lighting for the RV. I want to show the RV off. It's actually really cool. Okay. Got some of my Christmas decorations and stuff in it still, but here's the RV. It's an adorable little RV. It holds 6 players. It can hold enough equipment for 6 people to do a cleanse, assuming you are not doing one of each piece of equipment for every player. Thanks for smashing that in my face, someone of the pretzel land. Oh, I missed Ryulu? Yeah, they all hold 6 now. Mobile-based vehicles. So the pickup truck is your starter one. And then the camper is now the replacement of the pickup truck. And then you got the box truck there. So they got rid of the, of Mom's SUV, which, I wish they kind of kept in place, but I understand why. So the pickup truck is your first starter. So when you first start off, you got the pickup truck, and now you can have 6 people in the pickup truck at all times. You just, throw them in the back of the pickup truck like skids, logs on a pile. All right. I have ads coming up, everybody, in 3 minutes. So we're going to fire off the ads. So every hour we do run 3 minutes of ads as a sacrifice to the eldritch gods of Twitch to keep them asleep and appeased for the next hour. This means they don't get to run ads in the middle of our gameplay or whenever they feel like it. And it gives us an opportunity to stand up, stretch, take a break, Go grab a snack, grab a drink, go hug a refrigerator, but not too much. We've had complaints about that. And we're going to play some Boom Bears on stream here. I've already got it loaded up and ready to go. If you do not have a subscription or Twitch Turbo, you can still get your bear in the Gummy Apocalypse by typing !join when you see everybody else do it in chat. So, I'm going to push the button. I'm going to put my desk in the standing position. We're going to I'm going to take a quick stretch. I'm getting old and I need to stretch. And the code for the lobby is still pinned in my chat. If you'd like to join me for some games, you are more than welcome to do so. They are removing that counter, but have acknowledged that Tanglewood will still have a looping spot. I have to see the map. I'm not quite sure how I feel about that. Like, they promised not a lot of changes, and those are significant ones. But, alright, we'll see everybody in 3 minutes. Enjoy the music. Alright, everybody, !join. Get your bears in the battle. You got 30 seconds. The clock is ticking. Who's going to come out with the crown? I gotta turn the settings. Click the music icon to read. There. Music icon is up. There we are. Now, I know I've been having some issues with my audio settings. Is the music volume okay? My voice coming through fine? How is the game sound that run? Sounds good to you? Okay. Run, Daddy Bow, run! Maybe game sound up a little bit, but that could be... Well, I can turn up the game sound. No problem with it. This guy, congratulations on the win. 4 kills, jeez! Alright, can you keep your crown, though? Well, start the second round of Blue Bears. You are Gumicidal, that is right. !join! Get the bears in! Let's take that crown. Pry it from my cold, sticky hands. Oh, Militia gets spicy today. Alright, let's do that. I want to show that off. Yeah, I love the sweater that your mom got me. It's great. You know, big, fluffy, soft. But boy, does it get warm in here. And I'm standing in the part of the living room, well, which is now my office space, that really doesn't get a whole lot of airflow or heat, so like it's cold in the corner, right? Welcome back, everybody, from the land of ads and shadows. If you saw a monster flying around made out of spaghetti with meatballs for eyeballs, he's normal. We call him Bill. The Eldritch Horrors, they're here all the time. The Taco Bell lads, I can't help with them. Okay, no, that's unacceptable. That's unacceptable. I'm not allowed to have the crown between games. I'm going to do one more round of Boom Bears, and then we'll jump back into the other side. Alright, Everybody, exclamation join. Everyone can get in on this. Get your bear in the gummy Armageddon. This is gelatin warfare. Not like I did it on purpose. I have absolutely no control over my ghost, over my gummy bear.
Room. Cash hides in the dark. Go scream, teeth gleam, leave their mark. Closet doors don't block the doom. Nowhere safe in this cursed room. Don't forget your lighter. The moon's in its way. The forest whispers secrets. It
Still
won't
going.
let you stray.
Malishkrat and Quibble Bibble. The dance of bombs. Looks like Malishkat is, Oh yeah, she wants her crown back. There we go. Yeah, no, yeah, Malishkat, I asked about the live, so we're just finishing up. We were finishing a conversation, that's all. I'm all good with that. Bibble was doing no wrong. This button. All right. Nobody in there? Okay. So, I picked up a new piece of equipment. They did release a new piece of equipment in the game. The R2 remote temperature sensor. I'm going to find the ghost room. Oh, I want one of these. And then I'm going to throw that in the room. I'm going to show you how that works. But if it does give me freezing as evidence, I'm going to flat out ignore the fact that I got freezing. And still do a proper zero evidence run. And hopefully we get one of our 3 ghosts. Although, I do want, just to be on in case, if we do have a Banshee, I want that. Alright, to the pickle wagon! Also, remember everybody, tomorrow is my Community Friday, where I do play community games with everybody. I will be putting the poll up at the start of stream for what game you guys want to play together. I'm not going to do it on Discord, because one thing I've noticed is when I put polls up on Discord, you get people who are in the Discord, they'll vote for stuff, vote for, you know, a game or something, and then, you know, that gets locked in. Let's fix that. There we go. Fix the camera so you guys are looking at me. There we are. So that, you know, that gets locked in on Discord, and it's like, okay, well, clearly you guys want to see me play Hello Kitty Adventure Island, which I don't own, by the way, so it's not going to happen at the moment. Because Discord said so. And I found that, you know, the people who do vote on Discord may or may not actually show up for the stream to play those games. So I've been starting to post through it as a poll at the start of stream, just so that the people who are actually here, you know, get a say, as opposed to the people who are over on the Discord. And it keeps it fair for the people who are actually here at the start of the stream. And then when we change games, we can put up another poll and, you know, cycle games around. I'm okay with all that. All right. So part of my zero evidence investigation is I always come in and I turn on this light here. When I go up to the second floor, I'll turn on the second floor hall light. These are my... those are my test cases. Yeah, that was a door upstairs. It got opened. So there are some ghosts that will only turn off lights, and if you have no lights turned on, then they will always, you know, the ghost just won't do anything with the lights. So I turn on those two lights, just as kind of like a control case. Yeah, it's a control case. That's what word I'm looking for. Okay, she's clearly tinkling around up here. You know what? Let's put that there. So, for example, the Terios Sook, the Wee Wee Gum Bell will never turn on lights, but they will turn off lights. And if you give them a light to turn off, they will turn it off. The Echo or the Wisp will only turn lights on; they'll never turn them off. Very active up here, isn't she? Not in there. Yeah, that's not your room. Are you an attic ghost? Upstairs it is 18 degrees. We're gonna put that there.
Grub, you are doing a great job.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Tay. Alright. So, if I... Weird. Where did I get that? Oh, I hit the ghost. The ghost will move around the house. She does move around from room to room. You can actually get the thermometer to land on the spot where the ghost is standing, and get the you'll find cold spots around the house. Those cold spots are where the ghost is or was. If they spend any time in one location long enough, they will negatively affect the temperature in a way that causes that temperature to drop. That does not necessarily mean that that is the ghost's favorite room. For example, the ghost can't occupy the hallway, but you can get a freezing temperature in the hallway if, for example, I was standing here and she happened to walk through that little red dot. The only reason I'm looking for the favorite room, it matters for two reasons. Well, technically three. Reason one, it's the only room in the house that you can get freezing temperatures. I'm not worried about freezing temperatures. Two, it's the only room in the house that you can get a sanctified cross interaction. And that is how you verify that you do have their favorite room. Apart from that, you can get evidence everywhere else in the house. You can get evidence in the hallway, on the ceiling, off the door, everywhere. Because Victoria wanders around the house as we've seen. The other reason why we care about the favorite room is if you're doing a cleanse, you can only use the scanner in the favorite room of the ghost to perform a scan. Otherwise, you end up triggering a hunt. So, now, let's jump over here to this new window that I brought up. The identifier used to be here, by the way, and I have clicked it several times. They added a new piece of equipment. It's a wireless temperature sensor, and you can place them on the walls anywhere in the house, and they will link directly to your phone. Now here, I have it put upstairs in her favorite room, and you can see the temperature is actively dropping. You can see the signal strength, the temperature, and you can even name it so you have multiple sensors. So, upper basement, the attic. right? We can see the temperature in the attic is actually dropped down to like 3.7 degrees. So we know that the attic is her favorite room. Powered on, there's the temperature, our signal strength. The farther we move away from it, the colder it gets. This means that our friends who like to hang out in the vans can, and watch the cameras, can do stuff like this. So now we have the attic stairs, and here's the attic. Infrared. She's tinkling away over there. We can pan the cameras around, move them around. Zoom out. There's my sensor right there. So I could, and you know what? I'm going to do it. Do, for the most part, a zero evidence run in the attic. I wish I had 4 hands, but get that. All right. So my pulse is that. Appreciate the lyrics, Leggy. So we're going to go upstairs to the attic. We're going to place our sanctified cross down. We're going to place our FLX pod. There is a candle upstairs in the attic. We're going to grab that. Let's put that there. We're going to ignore the -12 temperature we see, because we're just demoing the temperature sensor. We're going to grab our candle and we're going to place there. There. I'll light that. And we're going to go downstairs. You didn't do what? What did you... Oh, hey, Vicky! Ah, mister. Alright, so that was evidence. Alright, so zero evidence-wise, identification. We know it is not a Terios Sook. Terios Sooks do not give us physical manifestations outside of a hunt. That counts as a physical manifestation. If you can physically see the full model of the ghost, that is a physical manifestation. Doesn't matter if it's Sally crawling, Gary or Vicky walking, or Jeb popping up in front of you and going boo, or Sister Abigail doing the Ring of Silence or the other stuff. The Strigoi only do shadow events and no events, and the Phantom does not do physical manifestations either. If a wraith does a physical manifestation, they still have feet. It is only when the wraith hunts they lose their feet. So I'm going to show you the fun bit here. Alright, so if I go to the camera here, I can pan in. See, she's moving the thing up there, right? I can zoom in and watch this here. So if Milishkat was playing with me and she wanted to hang out in the van, right? And man the cameras, I could set stuff up in the ghost room in such a way that she could see it on the camera. And we could watch the ghost either blow this candle out or turn off the FLX pod. We can do a zero evidence from the van up until the point where we need that hunt. She can also access my phone camera while I'm in the house actively walking around and doing stuff. So far... Not a Tantalus. Extinguishes candles. Actually, yeah. Do they disappear after the first hunt? Kidding? I've never actually had physically looked at the wraith after the first hunt. So we're gonna go up here and we're gonna take a look at the camera. There we go. So blew out our candle. We can watch if it lights the thing here. By the way, I did get it up and running. So I can do exclamation set guessing TOS. And I'm going to do exclamation start ghost guessing.
Hello. Do you want to play a game?
So you guys can guess your ghosts. Here's a list of the ghosts that we have here. Ghosts that will only blow out, or only light candles, would be the Revenant. My sticky notes are starting to flop down. The Skia, the Wisp, the Doppelganger. Stragoy's already been eliminated. And Forgotten doesn't do anything with candles. Wraiths kind of avoid eventing for... I've had Wraiths event before the for the hunt, but yeah, they do. They have legs. So, but after the first hunt, I'm gonna have to see that. Come on, be a Wraith. Wraiths also... Is that still on? That's still on. Wraiths also pick a target, and if the target is in the house at the time, will exclusively ignore everybody else and go after that target with single-minded focus. That said, if you're silly enough to try to run up and, you know, high-five Gary or hug Victoria while she's hunting and she's a Wraith, she'll send you to the other side. Because, you know, it's not like they can't see you. They just don't care about you. But if you get in their face, they'll give you the extreme chiropractic care. So right now, we don't have a Wraith, I think. What do we have left? We have... What do I have left on my thing here? You know what? This is an Echo, I think. I think we have an Echo, because we've done anything with any lights. Second floor, kitchen. Second floor, attic stairs, attic. Second floor, hallway, rear foyer, front foyer, cigar room. That's a light bug. Dining room. No other lights, and that's still on. I think we have an Echo. Gotta check to see if there's a screenshot of it. Alright, let's go get a hunt going. Hunt will tell us a bunch of stuff. Echoes, by the way, will not play with lights. They will also not touch radios, and there's no radios turned on right now. Actually, you guys want me to turn up the volume of the other side? It's cranked. Okay. What's my sanity or anxiety level at? 108? Yeah, you can hunt at any time. Hello, Victoria. Victoria, are you an Echo? Are you an Echo? Can you give us a hunt? Can you stop closing the door? You're up in the attic. This is not a good spot to be. Where are you coming from? You're walking around. It's not normal speed. You're going to the back half of the attic, aren't you? Where are you? There you come. Okay, past the FLX pod, you're coming downstairs. I'm not going in there. That's a death trap. There you are. 1,000. So, I was trying to get her to get a spray and get a spray timer going. I got 1 second, but I did start a hunt timer, which will tell me stuff because First off, you're not a wraith. Secondly, you're probably not an iblis. Most likely, you're definitely not a demon. You weren't fast enough for the wee-wee. I still think you're an echo. And... I'm gonna select the echo anyways. I'm gonna get stuck on the wall. Put the... clip 60-second hunt time. Okay. That's a normal hunt timer right there. She's back upstairs. Tasks. I got all my stuff, so pretty confident we have an echo. Hey, Vicky. Are you an iblis? I don't think you're an iblis. Yeah, you're not in your normal hunt. Okay. Normal spray. We have normal spray. You're not a Shura. You are not a Bahoot because timing. You could be a Banshee or an Echo. You're not a Poltergeist. That's empty. Oh, all the cameras are off. I am thinking you might be... Yeah, you gotta be an Echo. I'm going with Echo. Banshee would have turned the FLX pod off and I was hearing it beep while she was walking around upstairs. Yeah. Echoes don't do much of anything. They don't turn on radios. They don't turn on lights. They've got a normal hunt timer. The only thing that you can differentiate an Echo from other ghosts like that is the fact that they don't turn off the FLX pod. If you go, meanwhile, it's in the Clips channel. Okay. Ooh, Hunto. Gotcha. Let's update our 18 spirits with another Echo. Oh, 6. The Echo is beating out the Forgotten as my most common ghost. Put that in there. Oh, that's good.
Easy mode.
It could be. I mean, I'm doing zero evidence runs on a map designed for, 2 to 4 players with, a ghost that just does ghosty things. It's not like I'm actively standing in a closet hiding and going, okay. Every time she hunts, I have to actively go look for her because she doesn't want to come to me. Yeah, I'm going to leave ghost guessing open. I don't think... We'll leave it open for this run. I didn't close it, so we'll leave it open. A Tantalus! Everyone's going for Tantalus. I mean, I would love that. I don't have a Tantalus yet. Come on, give me a Tantalus. Every time the ghost slams the door in my face, my heart sinks a little bit. Do that. Get like, oh, it's not a tortoise. Alright, control light on. Start doing a quick sweep of the house for low temperatures. I also kind of miss the effigies. I know they're like a controversial thing, but having the effigies in play meant that I changed my playstyle drastically. Like, I had to play very, very differently. Yeah, like, I have to come in, I have to weaken the ghost before I do the identifier, right? Like, something as simple as doing what I'm doing right now, walking around with my thermometer looking for the ghost room, was impossible while the effigies were in play, because the effigies cause the ghost to move into those areas where the effigies were. Hey, beautiful! Jeez. Okay. Still get chills every time they do that. Not a Terios, not a Strigoi, and not a Phantom. Like, having to come in and look for them made a challenge. I don't necessarily want to like do the whole like you have to find 8 of them to weaken the ghost, and they're all hidden by the queen of hide and seek, friggin' Foggy herself. Which, by the way, I still to this day will say I am not playing hide and seek with that woman. Will not play hide and seek with that woman. I will never find her. Nope, no bath time? Okay. If you notice, I'm also walking around and opening every door, even if I don't go into that room. And that is because there are looping spots all over the house. For example, right here, if I get the ghost, I can loop her around this section of the house, like this. And, keep an eye on her for Iblis shapeshifts. This door being open and this door being open means that I can come through here and loop her through the bedroom, out through the hallway, maybe? Nope. This is her room. I could loop her around through that loop. Open that up. All right. Let's go grab our candles. She broke a light bulb, which means she's not a wisp and not an echo. The ghost breaks the light bulb. They are not they're not one of those, because those two ghosts, the wisp will never turn off a light, and breaking the bulb is an act of turning off a light, and the echo will never do anything with the light bulbs. Also, we already know it's not an echo because it turned on a radio. Gotcha! Super venty. Close to the back door. There we go. I'm gonna go back out and grab a couple more Bad Kitty sprays. Meow, Bad Kitty sprays. Let's grab that. Let's keep that with us. We'll just grab 3. Why not? I'm not putting the remote thermometer in there. I don't need it for 0 evidence. I know where her room is. So now I'm just waiting for her to do stuff like blow out a candle. which is going to eliminate the Skia, Wisp, the Revenant. The Forgotten doesn't do anything with candles, and I think that's actually all of it. We already got the Strigoi. Nope, the Doppel as well. So now we wait. Put that down, just do a real quick check. Hey, look. Picture time. There we are. Alright, let's wait and see what she does. She light a candle for us. She turn off the FLX pod. She hunt on top of us. Turns off the FLX pod, which eliminates the Forgotten Phantom, Tantalus, Skia, and Echo. Yeah, Forgotten, Echo, Skia, Phantom, and Tantalus. Okay. Not the event I want, Victoria. She's very eventy, isn't she? I have trying for mommy bath time. It's her room. Like, this is her room. Right? Like, what better time to get this picture? That. And let's clip that. Actually, let's clip it again. Also, she turned on a light. Not a wee-wee. I don't think you're an Iblis. I don't think you're a demon. I don't think you're a poltergeist. Playing with the clock. Oh, that is like one of the coolest events in the game. Blows out candles. Does the running whispers. So I want to open that door and that door because I want places to run. Okay. What are we left with for options here? Shura, Poltergeist, Iblis. Ah, beautiful. You are not a demon. Ba 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 da ba. No. I mean, you're turning off lights, but we already know you're not an Echo. And we know you're not a Wisp. What's my heart rate at? 122. Okay, fine. I'm going to the front door. Manifest. Manifest. We know she doesn't like candles, so let's get rid of the Iblis and the Poltergeist. Let's go here. I know this is kind of like not zero evidence, but with Banshee on the table, I want to hear the scream if you have one. Thank you, love. Come on! The ghosts are not hunting. Hunt me! I want to play a game! Manifest! She's manifesting plenty, she's just not hunting. Like, look, like, I've been distressed. Every ghost should be hunting at that level. Yeah, she is. She's playing hard to get today. I'm not well, and Mom, Victoria, part of her unofficial, official fan created lore is Victoria doesn't like men. So, you know, being male. Okay, fine, we're gonna start a stopwatch. How long does it take you to hunt from now? Too much gristle? Maybe. Mayhaps. Come on. Vicky, do something. Hello? Lishkat, are you trying to bang me? Hello? Hello? It is grabbing. Also, can we end ghost guessing? Oh yeah, there's a gribbon. Get your gribbon. Get your gribbon. No. Open. We got that. This has to be her room. By the way, having freezing temperatures doesn't mean anything because all three of my ghosts have freezing temperatures as their temperature. No, they can't change rooms. They can't change rooms. Like, she is in here. She's throwing plungers at me. She's closing and opening doors. There. You're not a wraith. You're a boot. I think. Congratulations on the grubbing, hey Mom. Alright, stop, reset, start. That's empty, that's empty. That's got 2. Alright, I need to eliminate whether or not this is a Shura or a Bahoot. And thankfully, both of them have 2 very different hunt timers. The Shura has a short hunt timer. The Shura has a short hunt timer of 45 seconds.
Hello there.
The Bahout has a long hunt timer of 90 seconds. She wasn't a wraith. She had feet. The Banshee has a hunt timer of 60 seconds. Yeah, it happens. Oh, Mr. M, thank you for the check-in. How you doing, Mr. M? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I'm playing some of the other side. I'm getting stalked by Vicky. Well, this one is actually very stocky. Try to finish my 18 Spirits of Victoria. I need 3 more ghosts. 90-second hunt timer. You're a boot. Whoa, lady, what are you doing in here? Did you see me? See me coming through, passing by? Come on, let's get you looped. Gotta loop the ghosty. Haha, looped her so good she lost me. This is the other side, Mr. M. Identifier. You're a Bahout. This is the other side. It is a ghost investigation game. It does have a cleanse mode. The ghost is haunting a location, not a room. So, for example, Victoria here can hunt from pretty much any room in this house, unless she's a doppelganger, in which case she will always hunt from her favorite room. And today I have a Bahout, and how I came to the conclusion we have how I got to the fact that we have a Bahout is that we had a ghost that with a 90-second hunt cooldown. She turned on and off lights, turned on radios. She did physical manifestations. What else did we get from her? She turned off the FLX pod. She had a normal holy water spray, which also eliminates the Shura because it was definitely a 5-second spray. To see what else we get here. She also blew out the candle and never lit one, which left us with either a Bahout or a Banshee. But a Banshee has a normal 60-second hunt cooldown, and he decided to hunt at 90 seconds. Now, that said, any ghost can hunt later, but I'm not going to go bother verifying because I know we have a Bahout. Oh, we got another Bahout. I don't know what that's all about. This time, it's a fun game. It is a fun game. It is still in early access. It was released last March. The developers are actively working on the game, releasing updates, adding new features and functionality to it. And I need to fix my buttons to do the ghost guessing properly. But yeah, so it's in active development at the moment. They just recently released a patch, leveled out with the Echo. Bet you get it forgotten. That would be funny.
Hello. Do you want to play a game?
That would be funny. So they just recently released an update because when they're doing the advertising for the game, they advertise that you can have up to 6 people playing the game at once. However, the original version of, like, before today's update, you had in your mobile base here in vehicles, you had the SUV, which is a 4-seater. Then you had the pickup truck, which is a 5-seater, and then you had the box truck, which was the 6-seater. And you had to level up your character to get access to the higher trucks. What they changed was that now they got rid of the SUV. The starter truck vehicle is the pickup truck, which can hold 6 people now. And then the camper replaces the pickup truck in terms of like progression order, giving you larger storage capacity. 6 columns by 15 rows in the storage for it for items. That replaces the pickup truck, and the box truck is still the same thing. And they added the ability for any of the vehicles to interact with the CCTV of the and the houses and the locations. They also added a new piece of equipment that allows remote. I need here an inventory. They added this little piece here, which allows remote temperature sensing, so that if you have somebody who is working from the van, right, they can monitor the